Welcome back. Most cattlemen know that there's nothing more important when it comes to feeding your herd than hay quality. And putting up quality bales is dependent on producers around the country using best practices, not their size or location. Cattleman to Cattleman reporter Brian Baxter had a chance to learn some tricks of the trade in Okeechobee, Florida.
In the heart of Central Florida cattle country, you'll find Wes Williamson working on his family ranch.
Well, I'm a third-generation cattle rancher here in Okeechobee. My grandfather started this ranch back in the 1940s and handed it down to my father, and I've had the blessing of being able to work with my father and now working with my son and daughter on this operation. Oh, it's a tremendous blessing.
The Williamsons raise mostly Brangus cattle on operations in Florida, Texas, and Alabama. Florida is a unique place to raise cattle, and it's a place where feed and forage is important to raising a healthy herd. And Wes says there are times of the year where his operation relies on hay as a supplemental feed. He says he's learned that quality is key to success.
The quality of the haylage or bales of hay or whatever, we have to relearn this lesson every few years that if you put junk in, you're only going to get junk out. So the quality, you're always balancing it between quality and the quantity you need for your cattle. But we've learned that quality is so important. So, putting a little nitrogen fertilizer on it, 6 weeks or a month before you harvest it really improves the quality and digestibility for our cattle.
So how do you get that quality bale? New Holland Agriculture says there are some simple steps to keep in mind when making hay, no matter where you operate. First, you have to choose the baler size that's right for you and the crop you're baling. There are several size options that can help with the transportation and storage of round bales, and a range of features to select when it comes to making high moisture hay.
New Holland offers a silage special baler that has some key features in order to accommodate high moisture hay baling. We offer a dual cam heavier duty pickup to handle the additional weight of the crop coming into the chamber. We offer a back wrap roll that will allow stop crop from accumulating on the back of the belts. We also have scrapers in the baler to keep the crop from accumulating on the rolls, in addition to in-feed discs inside of the bale chamber that'll lower horsepower requirements by keeping the crop off of the side sheets of the baler.
Grow quality, watch your moisture contents. We do have some tools out there that helps. I know New Holland has a preservative for dry hay. They're not miracle workers, but these preservatives can help us in off-weather type conditions, and we do use an inoculant on our baleage to help promote less mold and stuff in the bag. And that's just kind of an insurance, but really it boils down to your grow season, figure in your climate, your weather conditions, your air quality, work on drier ground if you can, but just the basics of good haymaking. You got to get it dried down to a certain point.
Kenneth Arnold manages forage for Family Tree Enterprises not far from the Williamsons' Florida operation. He says in addition to managing moisture content, one of the most important things he watches for is bale density.
Bale density is very important. The more air that we can compress out of these baleage bales and the less oxidation and heat buildup, the better fermentation quality and less problems we will have inside the bag. We'll get a better fermentation. Yeah, the density is very important to get the air compressed out. In the round baler itself, select a good ground speed to the crop itself and your ground conditions. Give your baler time to roll a good, firm, tight bale and compress it. And if they're laid out flat, you're going to get more compression than you are if you rake it up in a big fluffy windrow. But again, either flat or raked up, you need to either slow down or to adapt to that windrow to give it time to compress it really well. And just pay attention. Keep your eye on your monitor and keep your eye on your baler and let her do its job. Patience again.
That patience, New Holland says, can be important to increasing your bottom line and the quality of your hay.
We're proud to have one of the densest bales in the industry, and the reason that we're very passionate about creating a dense bale is all related to hay storage. Many cattlemen may be storing their round bales in the field along a fence line, and so having a dense bale allows that bale to shed water a lot easier. And bale density is a big part of that. The more hay that you can put in a bale, the less bales that you'll have to move out of the field. So there's a lot of fuel savings to consider by checking your bale density and knowing how to set that and monitor it. And New Holland delivers the right baler to give you the densest bale possible in order to save fuel in the field by less moves and giving you less spoilage if you're doing a baleage bale, for example, because you're squeezing more oxygen out of that thing.
Welcome back. Let's return to Okeechobee, Florida, where Brian Baxter is learning more about what it takes to put up quality bales of hay.
New Holland says choosing complementary hay tools, from disc mower conditioners to tedders, rakes, and round balers, can also impact the quality of the bale you produce.
The windrow size is really what is one of the deciding factors, and from cutting to raking to tedding, and then into the baling and chopping process, sizing those hay tools up appropriately so they work well in unison together is very important. Again, laying it out in a nice thin swath is best, so then you don't have to go through the tedding and the raking process too many times, which will lower the nutritional value. So sizing that equipment is very important to each operation.
Choosing the right equipment, managing moisture content, and bale density are all key factors in making sure the hay or the haylage you produce will give your cattle the highest nutritional value.
Quality means a lot because of the cost of grain. If we can substitute quality forage into the program and cut the cost of grain and everything as high as it's gotten, it'll pay dividends. It'll pay its way, and it has become the thought of today is it's got to be quality. You can't just roll up anything and expect a cow to do good on it.
I would say best tips in the to get the best hay and forage quality. Number one, know what your operation looks like. Have a farm management plan, have it down on a piece of paper, and work the plan once you have it down. Good planning is going to make all the more difference. Look at your labor and your efficiencies with all of your machine selection. Sizing up the equipment that's correct for your operation is very important to the process. And also making sure that you know what your surroundings are like. The weather plays a very important role in the haymaking process, and to achieve that quality hay and to retain the nutritional value and the sugars and starches that really make an impact in the cattle and the livestock operation is very important when considering hay and forage quality.
Quality, patience, and some good old-fashioned tradition are what New Holland says will help produce a quality hay crop every year.
New Holland's heritage is in haymaking, and so we take our job to deliver quality hay tools very seriously. And as hay prices continue to climb, we understand that cattlemen are relying more and more on hay crops in order to deliver that average daily gain and the body traits that they want on their cattle when they're going to either the market or going to the feedlot. So our equipment is made to be reliable and convenient, so they're able to maintenance the machines very easily, and they're able to stay in the field and get the hay made while the sun's shining and can beat the weather.
Wes Williamson is relying on that New Holland expertise to deliver quality hay and forage to his cattle. This will help him continue to manage his family's operation into the next generation.
Oh, I am just so blessed to be here. God's allowed me and my family to be stewards of a small piece of his land and to care after a few of his cattle. And I just love it. It's just something I wake up every morning and I look forward to my job, and it's just a tremendous blessing.
Reporting from Okeechobee, Florida, I'm Brian Baxter for NCBA's Cattleman to Cattleman.
Look for more of Wes Williamson as he begins his tenure as president of the Florida Cattlemen's Association this June. And for more information on New Holland products, resources, and NCBA member benefits, visit our website at cattlemanandcattleman.org or simply visit your local New Holland dealer. If you're thinking about buying a new piece of New Holland equipment, now's the time. New Holland has partnered with the National Cattlemen's Beef Association to offer all NCBA members exclusive discounts of up to $3,500 on their equipment. For all the details on this great incentive, just visit our website at cattlemanandcattleman.org. If you aren't an NCBA member yet, joining is easy. Just give us a call at 1-866-USA-BEEF or email us at C2C@beef.org. Then you'll be able to take advantage of these great New Holland discounts.